Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Nerdy Volume podcast. Today, we have two wonderful guests with us. We have the creators of Faction, once again, to come and talk to us about their experience at Gen Con, whichever way you want to call it. As always, I am Leo.
I'm Iz.
And I'm Randolph.
And our two guests are Pete and Jason. Welcome, guys. We're excited to have you guys here.
Thanks. Great to be back.
Glad to be here again.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to actually, kind of talk about what was going down. Like, I really wanted to go, but, things happen in life that just kind of kept me from going. However, I did definitely want to, kind of pick brains about how Gen Con is and what you guys thought of it. So, like, I guess just to kind of open up the episode, like, what was your guys' like experience this year?
Gonna start, Pete?
Sure. Yeah. I think so. We had never been to Gen Con before, but we had heard of it a lot because it actually started in our hometown, like when we were like little kids.
Oh, wow.
So it was
cool.
at first it was all Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons, and then it moved to Indianapolis when we were still kids, and so we had always heard about it, but it like grew like huge in popularity, and now it's just like overall gaming of all types, and I guess 75,000 people were there, which I totally believe
Dang.
was like a true number. Yeah, and so we had always heard. Once we were developing Factions, it was always kind of a dream of ours to go like show the game at Gen Con. So we have finally gotten the opportunity to do that. We were finally ready and everything, and did that. This year it was amazing. It was amazing. So
That's awesome.
That's my impression of it.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, along with what Pete was saying, it's just crazy to be in this space with so many people who love board games and to be a part of that. So a little bit overwhelming to take it in at first, especially as you walk into the convention center and see how large it is, how much space there is, and like all the other larger gaming companies too as well. So even just be able to kind of see some of the game companies of games that actually sit down on my table and play, and to think that, hey, like we're in the same space as these people exhibiting our game. I think that was just such a cool like feeling to be like amongst them and realize like, hey, like we're meant to be here too, and we should be a part of this space. So I think that was just a cool part of doing it for the first time, but really being able to take in just the crowds of people who love to play games. They actually see a lot of like really cool designers that we look up to, and also a lot of like game publishers and games that we look up to too, just to be in the same room as them. I think that was one of by far the coolest parts of being at like the biggest gaming convention in the U.S.
Yeah, that's gotta be crazy. That's gotta be crazy to just. I mean, board games that you've probably played, or you're a big fan of, and then now you're part of that whole situation.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you're a game maker yourself, and now I have a table of my own. Mind blown.
Yeah. It was cool. You didn't have a lot of you were like in awe and like so excited to be there, but as soon as those like convention hall doors opened, you were like working.
Oh, really?
Like people would come up to your booth. Yeah, it was. I was not expecting that.
Oh, I bet.
You gotta like be in good shape to be at Gen Con.
Oh yeah, I bet. Like,
Yeah.
it has like 55 years of that it's been open, and I can only imagine, and you saying that it's your first time there. Wait, did you guys go before you guys created Factions Battleground? No. So, wow.
No, we
never
actually
met.
went once before it left our hometown, Milwaukee, and that was like over
That's
a
right.
decade ago. That was so that was before it is what it is now.
That was like 2 decades
Oh my
ago.
God.
Yeah.
My goodness.
That's crazy.
Because I was reading up a lot of the about Gen Con, and I was just like, okay, so like how long has Gen Con been around? And they have this huge website where they have everything kind of just like laid out for you. So I can only imagine, like, because the last con I went to was an anime con, and I didn't know 40,000 people liked anime as much as they did in America. Boy, was I wrong. So,
Yeah, it was cool to see people so passionate about it and so excited to come. The other thing too is this was the first like big one that they had in person in like 3 years,
Right,
3
right.
years because of COVID. So people were real excited to be there. So it was just like it was like great to be around other people who were in the gaming space, but also just everybody had so much positive energy and was just really excited to be back at it. So it was really a positive experience. It was hard, and it was it took a lot out of you mentally and physically, but it was really fun overall. Really fun overall.
I can imagine.
Yes, because I guess you don't realize like how much you talk over the course
Yeah.
of Gen Con. You're like losing your voice by Sunday, and also too you forget to eat, you forget to use the bathroom. You're just constantly like engaging like the audience that comes to the booth, and I think that part's really cool too, just to see people actually be interested enough in what we're showing at the booth to actually come to it and be willing to have the game demoed for them and experience that. So like that was just really dope to see. But two, like also to be able to kind of like meet with other game designers and just kind of pick their brains, like for people who've already been doing this for for a few more years than us or longer. And I think that was
Right.
really cool too, just be a community of other game designers, and especially because there was we shared a booth with some game designers, and it was their first year doing it too. So to experience that with them for the first time, like that was really really cool.
Dang, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, when I was there Saturday, I wish I had more days to be there, but Saturday out of all days, super busy. And first thing I see, or first person I see is Pete. He's working the booth, and I see Jason over there working the booth. Like he did not even have time to say hi or whatever. I'm like, you know what? It's okay, do your thing. But man, yeah, when Pete said that it was busy. And they were just going nonstop talking or whatever. It's an understatement. They were just like going above and beyond what the other people that just came in there and talked to them. And I believe it was Pete's wife Kiki that was there, and I think she did a lot of talking as well. And it was pretty difficult for me when I came in there to do my spiel. I'm like, okay, I gotta be on the same page, and so I was listening to all three of them, like, oh man. And then I think I got it down pat like halfway through the convention on Saturday. But yeah, it's how many people were there again, Pete?
Oh, like at the convention, they say like 75,000
Yikes.
total. Like
Alright.
at the
My
whole
goodness.
thing. Like at the
Oh,
whole
you mean
thing.
all
Yeah,
days
yeah,
I
yeah.
combined?
do gotta apologize to you, Randolph, because I wanted to say hi. I was trying to, but it was right in the middle of my worst, like the worst playtester who she like literally was like instead of like the scoring track just sliding them, she was kept picking up the board and like holding it in the air, and the cubes were like flying like all
Oh
over.
no.
She was not understanding it. So, and that's right when Randolph walked
Oh.
up. So I was like trying to like pick up the cubes, and I should apologize to my wife too, because I told her all she'd have to do is just work the credit card machine, but she ended up having to do a
Oh
lot.
yeah.
No, she did her thing.
Okay.
She did her thing.
Yeah.
Hey, at least now you know for next year you'll definitely need a few helping hands to be there to
Yeah.
be just like right next
I
to
heard
you
you guys
guys.
were
You know?
coming.
Oh yeah, I know. We'll definitely try to
want
make it next year
and
for
I've,
sure.
I've actually I did run my friend's booth in the Anime Con, and that was pretty nuts. Like, so, and there wasn't 75,000. There was like maybe 10,000. But
Yeah.
oh, that's crazy. That is crazy. Wow. So it was only the three of you.
Yeah.
The three of you that was working that night, or the weekend.
No, so it was Peter and I. We were and Kiki. We were there the entire weekend. So we actually had one of our artists that worked on the Parada faction. So Brianna Cole. So she was there the first 2 days. So she kind of was in and out and kind of helped. Just like when Peter and I were focused on demoing with people, she would do some pitching and stuff like that too as well. We also had TR, who's an amazing part of our community, too as well. Help. I believe that was Saturday and Sunday, Pete.
I think Friday,
That they
Saturday.
helped? Okay. So yeah, we
Yeah,
had a
two
few
of the
other
days.
helping hands.
I can't remember.
There's no way we would be able to do it just with Pete, myself,
Yeah.
and Kiki. Like there's so much engaging that you do over the course
Yeah.
of the weekend. Like we're so thankful to have Randolph and a couple other helpers too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I can only imagine. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, we lost him.
I think as long as
I
his
hope.
page is still there, he should be fine.
Yeah, I could only imagine. I worked at CES a couple years ago, on a booth too, and I mean that was crazy as well. So I feel you on the whole thing, but at the same time, it's like it's your baby, you know. It's,
Right.
So it's like there's a level of pride to everything you're doing. Oh man, I'm super excited for you guys. I'm really happy that you guys had such a successful event at Gen Con. So that's pretty dope.
Yeah, it was, and to that point, that's a really good point because I think it was like it was hard work, but it was so much fun because like it was really well received, and there's like no like better like joy or pride than when somebody was like, "I'm gonna buy this game," or even if they said like, "I really like this game, I'm really interested in this," or "This is a really good job," because those are like, I mean, those are like gamers who are at like the heart, like we're with the best of the best, and with all the game like many of the best companies in the country in the world. And people are taking the time to play and buy our game of all games. So,
well, yeah, and you know that the
yeah.
people that are coming to Gen Con as like they're fans of tabletop games, right? So to see them come in and buy your game, they're like, yeah, your game is up there. It's worth my money.
Yeah.
It's worth my time. You know.
Exactly how it is. Yeah. I mean,
No,
For sure, yeah.
wow.
For sure. It's what, like Pete was saying too, I think one of the coolest moments is we would have times where someone would demo the game and they'd come back later in that day and bring friends back to try it out or come back the next day. And I think that was by far one of the most rewarding things to think about. Like, there's so much going on. There's the exhibition center that we're in, but there's also like a large gaming room. There's all these events that are going on. There's concerts and stuff. And the fact that someone would even remember to come back to our booth the next day and bring a friend, I think that was just really cool.
Yeah.
Look, there's a ton of stuff going on at all hours, so it's cool to be able to have that happen.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so cool. That's so cool. Oh, you know what? I wish I was there now. I'll be there definitely next year.
There's always next
You guys will probably have a bigger booth.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, at least we'll know what we're doing the
should
first
cosplay.
day.
Yeah, that's
so.
the whole thing.
We should cosplay.
Ooh, I would definitely
A lot of
cosplay
it
as
is.
like Moonshadow character. I would definitely.
Like we said,
I would do that. That'd be sick. I would so love to do that.
and there was definitely plenty of there's like booths that had people cosplay to bring people to the booth. So I mean, we could use it. So
Yeah. Yeah, that would be sick. Oh, and then Bazaria, all right? Because just have some like zombie-looking creatures or like undead. Oh, people will be like, "Whoa, what's that booth over there? Let me go check
But
that
just
out."
imagine having a squad of 15 show up, and just like tell three of your friends, "Oh, you not today. Like you just be regular today."
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's crazy because Jason and I were talking, and that's almost what we need is like maybe not 15, but we need at least 7 or 8 like people there because we honestly didn't get any like breaks
Oh,
or
yeah.
anything.
Oh,
We
yeah.
were like
I bet.
trying to figure out when to eat. Like it was we learned a lot, but it was overall amazing. It was just like wow, this is the real deal here.
Oh, wow.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, speaking of eat,
Yeah.
that was one of my questions, one of the main questions. So, if for anyone who's listening right now or who knows me and listening, I love food. Okay, I'm a pretty big foodie in a very minute way. So when going to Gen Con, was there rumors of a specific eatery that was told that you guys got to go here because they're amazing? They got great tacos, stuff like that. Did you guys know about it? If so, I know you guys just said that you guys didn't really have the chance to, I guess, eat on when you wanted to. Like, was there any spot that you guys were told to go and try out? And what was the name of it?
Yeah, it's kind of funny you
purposes?
say that because it's kind of funny you say that because like during the day we didn't really have a chance to, but like every night we made sure we went like somewhere like out of the convention center and ate, and there was a lot of really good restaurants, like a lot of really good restaurants, but we didn't go to this one because we're cheap. But one of the best steakhouses in the country is like right across the street from the convention center. That's what people were saying.
Okay.
I think it's called St. Elmo, something like St. Elmo's or something like that. So yeah, it's apparently one of
Y'all
the
heard
best.
it here.
So
Y'all heard it here.
yeah. But I didn't go. We didn't go to that one. But that's just what the internet says. So.
All right, and we obviously have to always believe
Right,
what
yeah,
the internet
yeah.
says. It never lies.
Those influencers, I tell you.
I would say too, like within like a half a mile radius, like all the bars and the restaurants in the area like support Gen Con, so they have a lot of really like cool custom like drinks and like dishes that are tailored towards the convention. So like there's these drinks that had like like flaming drinks and like smoking and things like that, where it looked like it fit like a fantasy like setting. So there's a lot of cool stuff like that happens over the course of that weekend. That it's definitely worth to go try out in all like the local eateries and spots like around the convention center, because we ate a bunch of convention food, so it's been really cool to be able to experience a little bit more of that too.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool.
How
cool stuff.
what was
the brewery do a couple special beers for it too?
Oh,
that's
you got
awesome.
flights? Oh, okay.
A lot of
Oh,
stuff.
there were flights, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
what was the hours of the convention? From what time to what time?
Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, so like the exhibition like center that we were housed in was open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. We typically got there earlier to just make sure everything was like set, and we had to like stay, wrap things up to essentially. So it was about an 8-hour work day as far as the actual exhibition center, the extended time from the pre and post stuff too as well. But definitely put in a full work day.
They kept it.
Oh yeah. And then some.
They kept the convention center up open though, and all the hotels open 24/7 though, because people would come in and just game. They just game, like they played tabletop games and role playing games all night long. So it was technically open the whole time. Just the convention center, the exhibitor hall was closed, or was open 10 to 6.
It's crazy because even the hotel that I was staying at.
And like head back, and you'd see people like with like 2 liters of Mountain Dew, like still gaming, and like, man, like we gotta like wrap it up because we're ready to set up for the next day. So yeah, they'd be going hard into the night.
I can believe that.
I've done that before. Yeah, I love it.
So, I mean, this is kind. Because I know you probably guys didn't have any time to look around, right? But did you guys have any time to look around, or were you were you just stuck at your booth?
I mean, I was stuck at the booth most of it. I did try to take a couple times to like spin around the convention center a few times and look for people. It's kind of funny. I ran into a couple of like influencers who follow factions or who do board game stuff, and got to talk to them like briefly. But I wish I could walk. There was some amazing stuff there. Like there was like these miniatures, like D&D miniatures and Warhammer 40K miniatures that were just unbelievably painted, and there's all kinds of Magic the Gathering stuff. It was super cool. Like, and those are the things that I gravitate towards. But there's really something for anybody.
I can imagine.
They're doing live D&D like sessions with people too, like live streaming them with like. I don't know. Just it was crazy. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Randolph was telling me that. Say that again.
Oh, like right near the end, I was able to step away a little bit, and so like, like my wife and I play this game called Isle Cats, and so I was able to like meet the creator of that game, and so like just be able to like go to some of those booths again of like creators of games that I play, and so I think that was one of the coolest parts, and be able to kind of ask them about their game and their process. So I was able to meet with a couple of game designers and have some one-on-ones, and so like I think that was the coolest experience a little bit later at the end of the weekend.
Nice. Well, that's good. I'm glad you guys had some opportunity, right, to go and conversate with other people, other creators. And not just stuck at your booth the whole time, because I could only imagine how intense it was for those that whole weekend.
Because you'd either like be like locked in the booth, or when you leave the booth, you get lost in the sea of people. So like you just get sucked in as you're trying to walk. It's so hard to walk. But I gotta go with the flow of people. So
it happened more than once with me and my kids when we were walking around too.
Randolph, what did your kids think of it?
Oh my gosh, I think they were a little overwhelmed in a good way. There's like, oh, there's something over there. Pokemon, from Angel. Oh, there's something over there. There's plushies, more Pokemon. It was pretty. It was a lot. There was a lot of stuff, and I think towards the end of the day, we went and tried to explore all of the corners that we could. And yeah, there was a lot more stuff that we wanted to check out for sure. But
Nice.
yeah, that's what I was telling them. Like, yeah, I think next year we're gonna have to do at least 2 days
For
for
the whole
sure
weekend.
to like, yeah, or like all 4 days. You
Yeah.
know, that's
I can
what
only
I would like to
imagine
do.
being
Yeah.
a kid going to those things. I mean, I was already overwhelmed
man.
when I was in college at my first anime con, and I was completely just like, I'm not going to be able to see everything today, you know, you know, and so
Yeah.
I can only imagine for you guys, you know what I mean, like you know, I think the biggest thing when working a con, I guess, is definitely patience. So where there, I mean, I know that you guys had to probably have teached. How many do you off the top of your head? Is there a number of how many?
I'd say
I love your
I'd say
reactions.
we probably combined with between Jason and I, probably 250
Oh.
games at least.
Oh man.
Yeah.
How many boards did you guys have?
2.
Oh my god!
2 boards.
Oh,
I'd say, I mean, I'm just
Oh
being
my
honest,
God.
Yeah.
No,
It's
I
not-
mean,
that's
hey.
awesome.
And then Randolph, what I did the first couple of days that Randolph did on Saturday is actually did the full like in-depth version with people, because some people would sign up and say, this game sounds interesting, I want to learn it like in depth. So then you go and like play full games where you teach them everything and show them all the factions and that sort of thing. But what Jason and I were doing is basically the same scripted like 4 rounds over and over and over. So, and I did the same basic thing, and so basically I had the Zion faction, and I had people killed the Pegasus
Over and
like,
over.
like over and over and over and over.
abuse.
Like it was,
The
it was
abuse.
always the same move. I got so tired of it. Yeah.
oh my god!
But I'd say about I'd probably say like we each did at least 100 apiece, probably more
Yes.
each.
Oh my god!
That's crazy.
So when
Yeah.
we
So
come,
we
we
need to
should
break
bring all our
those
boards.
factions for a while now at this point. So,
Yeah.
Right. Those are retired for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe-
retired.
Maybe have the Pegasus kill a few people, you know, for a little
Yeah.
bit of
It's
self-confidence.
Heated, you know.
One of the last games I was teaching, like, because I did the in-depth thing where people got to pick their own faction. And I was like, finally, I don't have to play Zion versus Zermano. But the 2 people that played, they picked Zion and Zermano.
Wow.
And so
Oh
I had to
no!
watch them
It was
play
just
that
fate.
for, like,
It was
2
just
more
fate.
hours. Yeah.
That is great. Oh
It was
man.
crazy.
That's brilliant. If you think about it, because like that's, I mean, those are the main 2 that you use, and for people to choose that, you know, you guys obviously chose the right ones to go with in the beginning for like for people to learn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it
I
was
think
pretty
that was
interesting
probably one of
because
the
we
coolest
had
parts of it all.
yeah. Oh no, go ahead.
Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead, Randolph. Oh, wait, I think that was one of the coolest parts too. Is like we learned throughout the weekend like things that worked like a lot more efficiently. So even initially the first day we only had 1 game out, and he was like, "Yeah, we need to have 2 so we can demo twice the amount of games." So, you know, with just the 2 of us, they even just like reset up the booth differently. Yeah, I know. Like we started with 1, but yeah, all that stuff like throughout the weekend. And I think that's like the coolest part because like we're both geeked and excited, and, like hungry, like after what we learned over the course of those 4 days.
Yep.
So like it's gonna be awesome moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would do it every day if I could. Like, honestly,
yeah.
it was fun. It's tiring, but it's fun.
Yeah.
With more like bathroom breaks and like time to eat.
Yeah,
Like,
right,
we
right,
still
right.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot
Definitely.
more fulfilling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. What was I gonna say? It slipped my mind. The bathroom breaks threw me off because I was like, no, definitely need some bathroom breaks in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our booth was right by the bathroom, which was good. Otherwise, it'd have been a problem. 'Cause you couldn't walk. Like,
No, yeah, you would have just
couldn't
been
really
swept
walk.
away and never come back. You'd have
Yeah.
to come back the next day.
Yeah. 'Cause that's what happened.
'Cause
I
everybody
thought
else is there.
People, and then Pete was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
dude, there's a bathroom that's close to us." I was like, "You kidding me?" Like for 3 days, I was walking to the far bathroom
Yeah.
amongst all the people, like hundreds of people.
Excuse me,
Dude, I
excuse
couldn't
me.
do it the entire time.
We're trying to get back and forth. We're trying to get back
Yeah.
and forth like really fast, but everybody else is like browsing. Like everybody else is just browsing, looking at booths, like which is what they're there for.
Right.
So like I'm tall.
Yeah.
So I almost ran people over. Like I almost was running just like almost running people over every single time.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Oh man.
So that's one thing we learned, not to take the longest point, like the longest way from point A to point B. So like we won't be doing that next year. So yeah.
No, yeah, definitely. And then, like I said, you guys have some extra hands in there, some extra boards down, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. Oh, okay. So, because Randolph was telling me, you guys are having an expansion, right? Which sounds pretty dope. And he was telling me that my favorite faction is gonna get a little better. So I'm excited. For those who don't know, Moonshadow is who I like gravitated to from the beginning. And I'm not gonna lie, I get a little bitter because I always get owned playing them, and I'm like, man, I don't understand why I suck at this game, but I hear that like Randolph has been hyping them up, and I'm like, okay, let's go, baby, let's go. I can't wait till they get a little, and I know part of it is my problem. I know I've come to the realization I'm just not a very good strategy gamer. I lose at all the strategy games I ever played, but it's fine because I love the faction.
No, I think that's so basically like Moonshadow is unfortunately probably the hardest faction to be really good at, but also because of that, like we'll probably release a couple of cards that'll get a slight boost, like maybe an ability here or there to make them more competitive. And down the line, yeah, correct. Like all factions will receive some additional cards, and some of the ones that we have planned for Moonshadow are going to be. It'll be really obvious that they're strong. I'll put it that way.
Look, I knew from the moment I saw them that they were going to be that they were just the greatest. But I just haven't unlocked them yet. That's my problem. I'm still level 1 and they're like level 50.
I think they're so cool. Like they're one of my favorite factions to play with by far. By far, I think they get a bad rap, but
I think so too. I think so too. So
until I showed you how to use them.
No. Randolph was like, "Oh no, do this and do that," and I'm like, "Bro, how did you even think of that? That doesn't even make sense to me." Like that was so advanced thinking. I felt like you were like some like faction savant, just like this is how you play the game.
I do remember when I played Moonshadow, and I was just like, oh man, this is gonna be a great one, and I got decimated. I was just like, oh jeez. And then I forgot who I was going against. I just remember just getting clobbered, and Randolph's like, yeah,
Angel.
no, that's not.
It's probably Angel.
Yeah. I just don't know what faction he was using. It might have been Yahalaban.
Probably Halaban.
Yeah. And I remember you saying, "Oh, that's a bad mix-up or a matchup." I'm like, "Oh, that would have been great." Like I don't know, 20 minutes ago. It was a short game. That's how I know I got. That's how you know I got clobbered. You know what I mean? Like me and my brother. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you guys saw on the faction Battleground Discord, but we were playing almost every night, so I could just get used to it, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, okay, let's do Moonshadow one more time. And I got eaten up. I was just like, oh gosh. And so yeah, when Leo asked the question, I was just like, yeah. I mean, what's next? You know?
Yeah. When I said like, hey, how do I win with this faction? Because I keep getting wrecked every time. But we heard it here first. Pete said they are one of the hardest. So that makes me feel better.
Yeah, if you take out the wrong units with them, then it's gonna be really hard to win. But if you use the Jabari Shadow Knight, use Joust, and then use Jabari Storm Chief, Lightning Storm, and wait till opponents get close, then you'll be surprised at how easy they become to win with.
No one heard that.
I believe it.
No one heard that. But they probably will.
But to your point, it's definitely not your fault.
Yeah.
It's definitely not your fault. A couple of the cards will be getting some slight boosts to make it more even until the expansion arrives.
Yeah. The unit with Joust, that was the one I was able to take the mana and the gold in one shot and attack another person at the same time.
Yeah.
And then Leo was like, I didn't even know like that guy can do that. I'm like, oh yeah, Joust is like one of those things. And with a movement of 4, oh yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's super good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super
You have to also understand, I'm horrible. I always blame my dyslexia for everything because I read Joust and I'm like, this seems so complicated. I don't know what this is trying to tell me. And then Randolph explains it to me. I'm like, oh, that was not as hard as I thought it was. Like my brain was making it way more complicated.
That's why it's funny you said that you were not very good at strategy games. I actually probably you probably shouldn't take a lot of my advice because I actually lose like 75% of the time I play. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious.
So Jason, you're.
Well, I beat Jason. I didn't say Jason.
Oh,
No. I'm like decent at thinking. You guys split a lot, so I guess we're kind of in the same playing field.
Okay.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
You made a game that other people can be really good at, but not necessarily us.
Yeah.
It's about other people, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, like, think about like who invented basketball. James Naismith. He's not the best at basketball.
Point.
Oh shoot.
Besides that.
Oh man.
So I'm obviously like the Gen Con, I don't know how to say it really properly, but obviously it is. It has definitely been a big milestone for you guys. And next year will probably be even bigger and even better with probably even more people there. You know what I mean? If it was 75K this past weekend or that weekend, I can only imagine it being either doubled. I wanna say 96K will probably show up. So 4 games.
Dang, that's
Don't need
crazy.
4 games.
Yeah, 4.
And an extra 5 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I volunteer as tribute. If should I be able to go, I'll probably go with like all,
Well,
5 days, 4 days.
we do got to say, we do have to say one thing because it's important for you guys. But we are planning on coming to Vegas in the spring.
Ooh, let's go.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna do that. That's before Gen Con. So
Yep.
we're 99% in on that one.
Sick. Okay.
What's that one called again? LVO?
Yep, the Las Vegas
Yeah,
Open,
LVO.
I believe. Yeah, we went there a couple years back for another game that we play. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so LVO will be January 26th to the 29th next year, guys.
Awesome.
You know what?
That's only a skip away from now. I mean, we're already in August.
Yeah,
I don't even know how we got here.
And yeah, we have, and you know what? I do love the board gaming community and the tabletop community because we're so supportive. You know what I mean? Like when you guys brought your game to Gen Con, I can only imagine people are just like, yo, what's this? You know, and just trying to like touch it. They see what's up. You know what I mean? Like, play around and I know for you guys, that must have been an incredible feeling. So, if there's anything that you guys remembered on the weekend that you probably will take with you guys, for the rest of your life, I mean, please share that with us if you guys do. If there's anything that, like, whether this game was amazing or this person picked it up fast, what was the most memorable part?
I think, like, for me, there's like 2 things. One, we had backers that backed the Kickstarter, and they just came to the booth just to meet us and just engage with us. And I think that was really cool to actually, place like a face with a name and see someone who actually helped bring this thing to life. And so that was like really, really cool. And then there was a lady who wanted to back the game because, again, like, she saw some of the cultural elements that she grew up with. And again, like, people seeing that, like, and that's one of the reasons why the game exists in the first place. And for someone to really engage and connect with that, because they didn't see that, another fantasy game like that at Gen Con, I think that was really, really cool.
Right.
Yeah. I think for me, just when people like see it and compliment, like, oh, they say like this artwork looks incredible. This the game plays really well. I think it's really cool. Like, that's just the result of so much hard work that we really put in, and so much like passion when we didn't really know prior to the Kickstarter, even after the Kickstarter, if it was what was gonna happen. But we kind of just trusted in the game, trusted in each other and on our team, and now what we know now is confidently we have a really awesome, unique game that we're just eager to show as many people as we can. And so kind of just hearing that over and over from people trying it for the first time, just saying this is really something really cool. it just kind of it just validates your work. And so when we heard that, that was great. The other thing too, just kind of that when the first person, it took us about a half hour, a couple people tried it, but then I remember the guy who was wearing like an Ohio State shirt. He was the first person to buy it, and we were like, "Oh, we made a sale at Gen Con!" Like that was just like really really cool to reach that point, because like we had heard about it as kids, and now we're actually selling a game. We actually sold a game there.
You're literally on the other side of that table now.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Thank you guys so much for.
And when Randolph signed a game too.
Oh yeah.
I was like, wow.
That's awesome.
I was like, me sign? Okay, all right. What am I gonna do? I even told Paulina, I was like, I signed a game, and it's funny because I forgot how to sign for some reason.
Yeah, my signature looks ugly too. When I
So I ended up writing down my name and stuff, so it's legible at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think I want to add on to that. I think the community as a whole, it's small, but it's very strong and powerful. And I think it's just going to keep getting better and better with all the, especially with the expansions that's coming out. And yeah, I really want to kind of push this game more. And that's part of my plan right now. But yeah, I just wanted to add on to that. And Haley and Angel said thank you for allowing them to be in their booth, and at the same time, they had a lot of fun demoing the game with the others.
They were great.
Haley did teach these two guys, and they understood it, and then Angel just sat there the whole time spectating because he didn't have to do anything at all because Haley did the dirty work already. And yeah, it was just really fulfilling to see that. I thought it was pretty cool, and yeah, we appreciate the opportunity for us to actually do that with you guys.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We're thankful to have you guys there. It was awesome.
Can't wait till next year.
LVO, yeah, it's gonna be coming.
Yeah.
But we definitely want to thank you both, Jason, Pete. Thank you guys so much for joining us again. We hope to do more of these podcasts with you guys, and as we go forward with the Faction Battlegrounds crew, and yeah, we're gonna wrap up this episode. Don't forget to follow us on our social media on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Don't forget to listen to us on Anchor FM, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Overcast, Pocket Cast, and don't forget to watch and listen to us on YouTube.com. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks.